Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. The Task Force Against Corruption is ready to investigate the 9 former and current legislators named by President Duterte for their alleged links to anomalous public works projects. Department of Justice Secretary Bernardo Guevara on Tuesday gave the assurance after the president identified the 9 during a televised public address Monday night based on the report submitted by the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission to the Office of the President. During the televised address, Duterte identified the 9 lawmakers allegedly involved in corrupt activities as Occidental Mindoro Representative Josephine Sato, Quezon City 5th District Representative Alfred Vargas, Misamis Occidental 2nd District Representative Henry Ominal, Isabela 4th District Representative Eliza Tan, Northern Samar 1st District Representative Paul Dasa, Quezon 4th District Representative Angelina Tan, ACT CIS Party List Representative Eric Yap, Bataan 1st District Representative Geraldine Roman, and former Ifugao Representative Teddy Bagilat Jr. Duterte assured the 8 current legislators and 1 former lawmaker that he is not picking a fight with them. Duterte also revealed that he also relived a number of public works district engineers allegedly involved in anomalous projects. The Department of Health on Tuesday said it recommended to impose travel restrictions on countries with a reported case of the new coronavirus variant. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire said that the recommendation is subject for the approval of the Office of the President. Some of the countries that already detected a new coronavirus variant include Japan, Hong Kong, Australia, Singapore, France, as well as the Netherlands. Vergeire said that the Philippine Genome Center has already started to conduct genome sequencing to determine whether or not the new variant is already present in the country. The DOH spokesperson also noted that there were 85 travelers from the UK who arrived in the Philippines before the travel restriction. Among them, 1 tested positive for COVID-19. President Duterte rebuked the International Criminal Court for allegedly meddling in the country's affairs, saying it must be crazy for prosecuting him while domestic courts continue to function. In a televised address Monday night, the president questioned anew the authority of the ICC to interfere with the country and attempt to put him on trial. The Office of ICC Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda earlier found reasonable basis to believe that alleged crimes against humanity were committed in connection with Duterte's deadly war on drugs. Bensouda's office reportedly intends to decide on whether to seek consent from the judges to probe the Philippine situation next year. Duterte asserted that he is prepared to go to jail only if the local courts would make such decision. Duterte defended anew his anti-drug campaign in his latest public address, saying it was a promise he made when he ran for office. Malacanang earlier said that the ICC would only waste its time and money if it pursues an inquiry into the drug war, since it has no jurisdiction over President Duterte. The Philippines has already withdrawn from the Rome Statute that created the ICC last year over complaints about alleged violation of due process. The pullout came after the launch of a preliminary inquiry into the drug war, which has been marred by alleged rights abuses.
In the first place, why are you interfering in the affairs of my country and other countries? And who gave you the authority? By what divine law gave you the authority to to prosecute me in a foreign land, tapos ang nakaupo puro kayo mga puti na ulol. You must be crazy. We have the courts here functioning. And if the court says that I should go to jail, I will go to jail. Walang problema yan.
State-run Social Security system is set to implement a 1% hike on its members' monthly contribution starting January 2021 in a bid to ensure an increase in benefits and pension fund viability. In a statement on Tuesday, SSS President and CEO Aurora Ignacio said the monthly contribution rate will increase to 13% from the current 12% of their respective salaries, but not to exceed the prescribed maximum monthly salary credit, or MSC. For employed members, including OFWs, Ignacio said the additional 1% will be divided equally between them and their employers, bringing the contribution rate breakdown to 8.5% for their employers and 4.5% for them. The MSC will be adjusted to 3,000 from 2,000 pesos, except for kasambahay or house helps and OFW members whose minimum MSC will remain at 1,000 pesos and 8,000 pesos respectively, while the maximum MSC will be raised to 25,000 from 20,000 pesos under the Social Security Act of 2018. Ignacio added that the MSC to be considered for the computation of benefits under the regular Social Security program is capped at 20,000 pesos. However, Ignacio emphasized that contributions with MSC over 20,000 pesos will go to the Workers' Investment and Savings Program, a fund that will yield additional pension income for members contributing under it. Here are the top news in other parts of the country. Cordillera policemen test negative for drugs. Northern Samar Solon denies link to corruption tainted DPWH projects. And Davao del Norte municipality records its first death due to COVID. Details in this report.
Members of the Police Regional Office Cordillera are negative for illegal drugs use after random drug tests were conducted by the Regional Crime Laboratory Office in a bid to weed out drug users among its ranks. The random drug test is part of Philippine National Police's intensified internal cleansing. Personnel who will test positive for drug use will be administratively charged and subjected to summary dismissal procedures. Aside from regular random drug testing, personnel vying for promotion and schooling were also subjected to drug tests. Northern Samar 1st District Representative Paul Daza vehemently denied any link to alleged corruption in public works projects based on reports submitted by the Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission or PACC to President Duterte. At least 8 incumbent representatives and 1 former legislator were named by President Duterte for their alleged links to anomalous projects of the Department of Public Works and Highways. But the President clarified that the inclusion of the legislators and engineers in the PACC list does not automatically constitute evidence nor prove that they are guilty of the accusations thrown against them. Representative Daza believes that his inclusion in the list stemmed from a malicious complaint filed before the PACC by his local opponents. The municipality of Santo Tomas in Davao del Norte has recorded its first fatality due to coronavirus disease. In a statement on Monday night, the Municipal Health Office said a 27-year-old woman from Barangay Tulalian died due to COVID-19 at the Davao Regional Medical Center in Tagum City last December 27. The patient was admitted last December 24 due to difficulty in breathing and preeclampsia. The patient contracted the virus from her husband who works in a banana plantation in Panabo City. The husband is under isolation at the Davao Regional Medical Center. The municipality of Santo Tomas currently has 19 active cases out of the 69 reported cases.
In world news, Biden says Trump Pentagon stalling transition and posing risks. Hungary received 6,000 doses of Russia's coronavirus vaccine. And Rio de Janeiro to block beach access on New Year's Eve. Let's watch this report.
President-elect Joe Biden said Monday that Donald Trump's appointees at the Pentagon were stalling on the transition and warned that the United States faces security risks as a result. After he and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris were briefed by their transition teams on national security, Biden said that political appointees at the Pentagon as well as the Office of Management and Budget had to put up roadblocks. Trump's acting Defense Secretary Chris Miller said that the outgoing administration had agreed with Biden's people to pause briefings for the holiday season, an assertion that the incoming team called untrue. Hungary said it received 6,000 doses of Russia's controversial coronavirus vaccine on Monday in a new display of Budapest's maverick vaccine policy. The announcement comes after Hungary stated vaccinations on Saturday ahead of most European Union countries after receiving its first delivery of the Belgian-made Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus jabs. The move by Budapest often at loggerheads with Brussels over accusations of democratic backsliding sidestepped the EU's coordinated approach to vaccinations, which began on Sunday across most of the 27-member bloc. Rio de Janeiro authorities announced Monday they will block beach access the night of December 31 to prevent crowds in one of Brazil's worst-hit cities by the coronavirus pandemic. The measures will include a ban on vehicles along some 30 kilometers of Rio's coastline, where millions of people typically gather every December 31 to ring in the new year with elaborate firework displays. Only inhabitants of the surrounding neighborhoods will be able to walk in the area. The mayor's office had initially planned a virtual celebration with online music shows, but canceled any official events 2 weeks ago.
In entertainment, BTS member Suga will be attending the New Year's Eve concert of artists under big hit labels. This will be his first official activity in nearly 2 months after undergoing surgery for his torn shoulder tissue. Big Hit Entertainment announced last month that Suga underwent surgery on November 3 to repair his torn shoulder labrum, a problem which started when he was injured in an accident in 2012 before he made his debut in BTS and was diagnosed with a dislocated shoulder in 2013. On December 28, Suga held a live broadcast to update fans on his health and to announce that he will be attending the 2021 New Year's Eve live online concert featuring BTS and other K-pop artists. In sports, Memphis point guard Morant, the reigning NBA Rookie of the Year, left Monday's game against the Brooklyn Nets in a wheelchair after what the Grizzlies later called a sprained left ankle. Morant had risen to try to block a jump shot by Brooklyn's French forward Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot with less than 3 minutes remaining in the first half of the game at Barclays Center. He turned his left ankle when he landed and hopped off the court, falling to the floor near the baseline. Moments later, Morant left the court in a wheelchair. Morant, 21, was having a relatively quiet night with 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting in 13 minutes. He's been off to a strong start in the young season, averaging 36 points over the first 2 games, both Grizzlies defeats to the Atlanta Hawks and San Antonio Spurs. And those are the news on Web today, December 29, 2020. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph. Or you may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.